We are under the lights as the show gets you ready for another edition of Major League Baseball. Coming up, we've got a good matchup in store between the Chicago Cubs and the Baltimore Orioles. Orioles baseball is next. Alex Cobb will be on the mound for the series opener. Dan, any thoughts?
You know, it's awfully tough in today's game when your strikeout to walk ratio is less than even. Too many balls are put in play, plus you add that with the base on balls. That just shows me one thing. He doesn't have that one solid out pitch that he can get somebody out with.
Digging in now, Chris Bryant. He'll get us started in this one under the lights.
Chris Bryant.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Ball one as he lays off below the zone. Guys, the Orioles, as they begin play here tonight, they've come in losers of 7 of their last 10 games, but did earn the victory last time out.
Yeah, Matty, we had a saying in Texas, hit or get left behind. And that's exactly what this team did in their last game. Scored a bunch of runs, but good approach at the plate, working the ball to all gaps. Line to line, this team swung the bats well. I'm going to be looking for that again in this one.
A cool 47 degrees tonight at first pitch. The 1-2. Misses down below the knees. The 2-2. Line hard to the left side, but this will be a foul ball. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Now here's another pitch fouled off and heading for the seats, and he's just fighting to stay alive here. Still 2-2. Neither guy giving in. Here's the next one. And he'll finally just wear him down as this one swung on and missed for the first out.
Not a lot of guys throw that knuckle curve, but some guys have a lot of success with it. Some say it has more bite than the traditional curveball, but I think it's more of a feel thing. It just works for certain pitchers, and it worked right there.
And that'll bring Anthony Rizzo to the plate. Fouled away. And he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season. A 1 pitch on its way. Popped up. And this is going to wind up a foul ball. The 0-2 home. Now he spins on one here and drives it to deep right field. Mancini will be there to put it away in front of the big scoreboard. With that, a look at the Cubbies' starting lineup. Who's the one to watch, Dan?
Well, Matt, I can't wait to see if Kyle Schwarber can keep it going. He had over 90 RBIs last year. What a great season, but I think he could do even better. His goal this year, I think it's got to be 100 runs batted in. He's that kind of a hitter.
And that brings up Javi Baez. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. The average sits at 286 here to start play. 5 homers, 13 RBIs. Checks his swing, but this pitch is right there for strike 1. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is James Kingsley.
Dan, I know I was an offensive player, but I'm okay being a pitcher's umpire. If you're going to consistently pound that outer half, James Kingsley's usually going to give it to you.
Hey, listen, there's a reason why the pitchers throughout the league, they call him the king of the hill. You move the ball a little bit off the strike zone, he's not afraid to put that arm up. He's a very good pitcher's umpire.
And it's to 2-2 now with the bases empty and 2 gone here in the inning. Almost got him to go around, but instead it's ball 3. Now the 3-2 pitch. And we'll have the first base runner of the ball game here as that misses, and it's a 2-out walk.
And I'm sure the manager is just fine with that. I mean, it's better to battle a slugger like that to the end and end up walking him than serving on up, or he can really hurt you.
So we're runner at first here with 2 gone in the inning, and that'll bring up the left-handed hitting Kyle Schwarber. From the stretch. And a good idea to hold off on that swing. It's ball 1. Baez is off at first with 2 away. Smoke toward third. Oh, and he has some trouble with it. And the throw will be too late as he can't recover in time.
Man, errors are never welcome. But to make one with 2 outs in the first is especially painful. Now your pitcher has to make extra throws, and that could make the difference in how long he lasts in this game.
So it's first and second with 2 men gone, and Wilson Contreras digs in at the plate. From the stretch. A ball and no strikes. Contreras, a Venezuelan-born ball player. He's a 5-year vet at the major league level. Contreras in front, 2 balls and no strikes.
A time to start making some quality pitches. He finds himself in a tough spot behind an account with guys on base.
Here's the 2-0. And he gets this fastball over. It's 2-1.
Hey, looks like this guy's going to work in the upper part of the strike zone. It'll be interesting to see if this lineup can adjust to the way he pitches.
2-1. Here it is. Popped high in the air. Nunez over to his left. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. So they pick up no runs, no hits, 1 error, and 2 men left stranded. The Orioles due up in the first, no score. Tyler Chatwood is on the mound for the Cubs in this one. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, Matty V, a little bit of a mixed bag with this guy. An ERA of over 4 in his last 3 starts. He's either been really good or really bad, and recently he's been more bad than good. It'll be interesting to see if he can turn it around and pitch better in this one here today.
Ball 1. Well, guys, as we look at the Cubs coming into play here tonight, they've been in a nice little groove, winning 3 of their last 4 games.
Yeah, Matty, this team's in the grind part of their schedule right now. Just had a short homestand, able to say hello to the family, kiss the wife, tuck the kids in at night, and they're back on the road again. This should be interesting to see the energy this team plays with today.
Now a moment here in Baltimore for the Orioles starting lineup. Hero, give us what you have on this lineup as they start a new series.
I got that this lineup, Matty, in Oriole Park likes to swing the bats. This place plays small. This place has a low wall. You can drive it out pretty much line to line, and there's a lot of room to be a hero in this yard.
And digging into the batter's box will be Hanser Alberto, as he'll go after the first pitch and promptly line one into left center field, and that's going to get down for a base hit.
Batting third, the right fielder, Greg Mancini.
And here's the big right-handed power threat, Trey Mancini. Pitch is mishandled behind the plate, and it bounces away. And no advance. It's ball 1. Now the 1-0. Runs a bit inside for a ball. Chatwood is sitting on 49 career pitching victories coming into this one, so potentially looking for number 50 here. Too tight with that one. 3-0.
We're seeing a good AB here from the 3-hole hitter. If he can work a walk or pick up a hit here, he's going to put that cleanup guy in a really good position to do some damage in this first inning.
There's strike 2 as it catches the outside corner.
I think it's a real possibility that they put that run on first in motion. That would help them stay out of that double play that would end the inning, but that's also kind of risky at the same time.
And they'll have runners at second and third following the 1-out double.
just goes to show you, if you're going to throw that two-seam fastball away, which I don't think is the best pitch anyway, you better start that thing out of the zone and let it work its way back to the corner. With this one, it started out on the corner, so it leaked back right over the heart of the plate and got whacked.
And here's Renato Nunez. And that misses, ball one. The average sitting at 292 here to start play. 4 home runs and 11 RBIs. Ready with the 1-0. Hard on the ground towards short. Baez has it. Only play will be to first, as we'll see our first run score here, as this is a 1-0 ball game.
Really good team at bat right there, right? Just put the ball in play. He does just that, gets the ground ball, and brings home the first run of the game from third.
To the plate now is the designated hitter, Dwight Smith Jr. And the Orioles looking for more here in this game's opening frame. There's a fastball on the inner third taken for a strike. Big breaker that time as it catches the inside for a called strike.
Make a good pitch right here and get your offense back in the dugout after only giving up 1 run.
Oh, got him looking at the two-seamer, and that'll end it. Orioles settle for 1. We'll go on to the top of inning number 2. It's the Orioles 1 and the Cubs 0. New inning set to get underway, so that'll bring up Jason Hayward, and he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season. Here's the first pitch to him. Line hard toward right center. Under it is Hayes, and that's the first out of the inning.
Batting 7. The designated.
All right, let's take a look at the defensive alignment for the Orioles. And guys, taking a look at this defense is going to have to be stout today. Starting pitcher with an ERA north of 5 usually spells some barrels being found by the opposition. So these guys better be on their toes in this one.
To the plate now, David Bodie. As he'll take a look at a pitch too low, it's ball 1. And he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season. 2 balls and no strikes to the Cubs designated hitter.
It's a lot easier to hit when you're putting yourself in good hitters counts. This guy's done a great job not swinging at pitchers' pitches. And when he's getting the ball in the zone, he's getting the barrel to it. He's been hot lately.
And this one finds the corner for strike 1. And he fouls this one off. Orioles out to an early 1-0 lead here in inning number 2. Outside in a full count, 3-2. High in the air out to center field. Hayes is there, 2 gone.
Batting 8. The second baseman, Nico Horner.
Coming to the plate now, Nico Horner. He'll work on keeping this top of the second alive. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And no swing, apparently. Ball 1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Lifted into the air to shallow center. Alberto ranging into the outfield, but he won't get there. It falls in.
Somebody's going to be icing their thumbs after this game. That's a jam sandwich, but able to mix in a knock.
Albert Almora.
And now here's the versatile outfielder Albert Almora Jr. 0-1 the count. from the stretch. Here's a shot to left field and deep. Look at this. Gone. It's a two-run shot to straightaway left. Fourth home run here in the early going, and the Cubs move out ahead 2-1.
Hey, that wasn't a particularly good pitch right here. This guy doesn't get away with very many mistakes. He's going to have to do a better job pitching out of the middle part of the plate.
Here's Chris Bryant now.
Third baseman.
And it's grounded just foul down the line. He was a strikeout victim to open up the ball game. One ball and one strike to the Cubs leadoff batter.
1-1.
2 out, nobody on. Fastball close, but he didn't get it. 2-1.
Looks like that bomb earlier in the inning kind of put this pitcher on the defensive, not being very aggressive right now.
Bryant looking at a 3-1 count.
It's clear he just hasn't been able to find any rhythm out there, pretty much unable to hit any of his spots, and now he's at 3-1, and he's put him into another great hitting count.
And he misses here for ball 4. Already 2 walks surrendered in his first couple of innings of work.
Yeah, the pitching coach would hate to go to the bullpen this early in the game, but sometimes you have no choice. On the flip side, he might just get in his face a little bit out there, try to challenge him, wake him up from his funk. Either way, we'll see how it works.
Anthony Rizzo stands in now. 0 for 1 here in the early going. First delivery to him on the way. Breaking ball that time that misses out of the zone. The 1-0 home is outside for a ball. Started to go around, but it's ruled strike 1 anyway. Three and 1.
Well, this has been a long inning already, and I know he doesn't want it to get any longer. I expect a challenge pitch right here.
And a great location that time on the corner. 3-2 now.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. Lots of possible outcomes on this pitch.
And he misses again. Ball 4. And that's back-to-back guys now that have reached base via the base on balls.
Oh, man, I think this walk is going to grind at him for a bit. He just missed, and now the inning continues with the man in scoring position.
Now at the plate, Javier Baez. He drew a walk his first time up. Hoping to limit the damage, here's the pitch. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1.
Hey, love the confidence in that pitch right there, going right after one of the better hitters on this team, not afraid to execute.
The 0-1 offering. A bouncer to the left side. Alberto gloves it. Throw on to second for the force, and the side is retired. 2 for the Cubs in the inning on the strength of this 2-run home run. We'll go to the bottom of the second. It's now 2-1 Chicago. Anthony Santander the next to bat.
For the Orioles, the left fielder, Anthony Santander.
First offering on its way. And he can't get out of the way of that one, so the leadoff man will be on to open the frame.
Yeah, there are a couple of things you don't want to do as a visiting pitcher. Never give the home crowd a reason to get involved early, and Don't put guys on base to ignite a big inning. Well, mission accomplished on both fronts. We'll see how he responds.
Love the fact that he's not scared to go right back inside with another fastball. I know he hit the last guy, but if he's going to have success, he's got to establish that pitch in.
And here's a fastball for a strike. 2-1 now. Nobody out, runner on first. This one's outside, quite a bit off the plate that time.
This would be an absolute terrible start to the inning. After drilling the first guy, you can't allow the second guy to reach base via the walk.
And that misses for ball 4. And it's first and second now with nobody out.
Batting it, the catcher, Austin.
So striding in, Austin wins as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. First pitch of the at-bat on its way.
Oh, that's off the plate.
First and second here with nobody out. Now a curveball misses inside.
Got to find a way to execute either a good fastball down the way or flip something off speed for a strike. You cannot miss over the harder plate in these situations. The hitter is on high alert. So here's how the Chicago Cubs are positioned defensively. And let's take a look at Javi Baez. I don't know, second base, shortstop, third, maybe a little outfield. Doesn't matter. This guy has platinum hands. Platinum, not gold. One of the best defenders in our sport and probably the quickest tag man in our game.
Here's Chris Davis now as he'll look at a breaking ball that misses for ball 1. Runners are at first and second with one away. 1-1 the count to Chris Davis. I think it's safe to say he wasn't ready for the fastball.
Wow, was he behind that fastball. Great job on the mound using the curveball to set.
It's through. Let's see if they send him around to try to score. And they'll quickly get it in here to hold that runner at third base.
Now back, second baseman, Romo. Urias.
Now time is called here as we'll get a trip to the mound. So now to the plate, Ramon Urias, as he'll take a look at a high strike that time. It's 0-1. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Obviously a huge situation in the game here, but at the plate he's got to keep it simple. He can't try to do too much just because the bases are juiced. At the very least, just find a way to get that tying run home from third.
And it's fouled away. Bases are loaded here, 1 man out. And this misses, so it'll set up a big pitch coming up. It's full 3-2.
This guy uses that two-seamer to set up his other pitches. Two-seamer in, breaking ball away.
And a strike 3 called. My gracious, what a pitch with the bases loaded, and there are 2 away now.
Anytime you get rookies just breaking into the big leagues, you have to expect a certain amount of this. There aren't any easy at-bats at this level, and you really have to learn how to slow the game down in your head because everything feels like it's so much faster up here.
He looks to do some early damage with the bases loaded. Both the tying and go-ahead runs aboard. Weak grounder back to the mound. Throw on to first is going to be in time, and the Oriole threat goes by the wayside as the inning is over. Orioles leave them loaded. Our score remains 2-1. Welcome back to Baltimore as we send you down to check in with Heidi Watney.
Thanks, Matt. In between innings, I was able to catch up with the manager of the Cubs to discuss his thoughts on his lineup so far, and flat out, he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. They've already worked out 3 walks, so he feels as though that kind of willingness to let the opposition work themselves into trouble will continue to result in good things for them on the scoreboard.
All right, thanks, Heidi. Standing in, Kyle Schwarber. He comes in 0 for 1 on the day thus far after reaching on an error his first time up. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Into center field. Line drive, base hit.
The catcher, number 40, Wilson Contreras.
Here's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras, as the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike one. Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball one. Lower part of the zone, but it's taken for a strike. Two and two to the Cubs catcher. The 2-2. Slow roller left side. Throw on to first in time, one away.
Now batting, the right fielder, Jason Hayward.
Here's Jason Hayward now. Hit it hard, but lined out in his first at bat.
Yeah, he hit it hard. That's all you can ask. You can't control the result sometimes, Matty. Just unlucky with the placement.
Here's the first pitch to him. A 2-1 score here as we play inning number 3. And that's into the corner, a foul ball and right. And he's a little too high with that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Looked like he just tried to do too much with that fastball right there. He overthrew it a little bit. That's pretty much the case when you airmail a fastball like that.
Now the 2-1.
Ball 3.
And that misses. Ball 4. So with 1 out, that'll at least set up the double play possibility here that could get them out of the inning.
Now batting, designated hitter,
So 2 men are on with 1 man out, and that'll bring up one of the better clutch hitters on the landscape, David Bodie. Here comes the first pitch. Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball 1. First and second now, 1 man out. Hit hard to third. And that'll just sneak past his outstretched arm, a base hit. And now this is bobbled in left. The relay, and this will come in far too late. He's in there at third.
the batter number 2, second baseman, Nico Horner.
Into the box, Nico Horner. Line drive to center field. Hayes is there, and that should be deep enough to score the run. Oh, but it's offline, so the run will score.
Well, that wasn't your standard sac fly hit. It was hit pretty low and hard, so it wasn't a given they were going to send it. But they did, and they add a number to the run column.
Striding into the box, Albert Almora. And remember, he hit that 2-run homer his first time up.
And hey, it was a breaking ball to boot. This guy's a pretty good off-speed hitter. You could tell by that last at-bat he wasn't fooled.
Well, the play's been made, and that retires the side. So it's 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left. We'll head now to the home half of inning number 3. It's the Cubs 4 and the Orioles 1. Bottom of the inning now. In now, Trey Mancini. It was a double for him in his first turn at the plate.
And he's got to build off that last AB. He battled. Usually when you battle, you get in that swing mode. A lot of pitches, you'll swing at the rosin bag. I love the fact that he was able to work a double in last at bat. Let's see if we get more of the same right here.
Now it's 2-0. Big swing by Mancini now, and this is carrying well to left. Back on it is the left fielder. Gone! A solo shot here to left. Fourth home run here in the early going, and the Orioles have cut it to a 4-2 ball game.
Hey, listen, there's an old adage in baseball that solo home runs won't kill you. This is one of the top hitters in that lineup. So a home run, a solo home run right here is not the end of the world.
Now batting, the third baseman.
In now, Renato Nunez. And that misses for ball one. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Up top, it's 2-0.
That's a good take on a fastball out of the zone. Hey, I get it. He's looking for a ball to drive, but that ball was a little bit too far up in the zone. That's one you normally pop right up.
3-0 now. 3-1.
Probably better that he let that pitch go anyway. After seeing a lively fastball on the pitch before, it's pretty hard to sit back enough on a well-thrown changeup.
And this misses for ball 4. The second walk he surrendered here in the first 3 innings.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Dwight Smith.
And now the designated hitter for the Orioles, Dwight Smith Jr. 0 for 1 after he took a look at strike 3 in his first plate appearance.
Yeah, in today's game, certainly don't get completely reprimanded for too many strikeouts, but no one likes to go down looking. Expect him to be a little bit more aggressive at the dish this AB.
A runner at first with no outs here. Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike. And facing right-handed pitching so far this season, Smith is hitting exactly 200. Not really what you'd call a point of pride for him.
He'd be the first to tell you he's not happy with his batting average this season, but he can beat you in a variety of different ways, and he has to because he wouldn't be here otherwise.
Boy, there's another base hit, and this is just kind of like that gift that just keeps on giving, D-Roll. Both teams piling up the hits, and we're just in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, their ears were open on both sides during the pitchers meeting today. Good plan at the plate, a lot of execution from the offensive side on both sides.
Anthony Santander is in for the second time here as he looks at one outside. It's 1-0. Has a look, now the pitch.
Got a ball, 1 strike.
Hey, I don't mind that batter taking that strike right there. He's walked a couple people early in this game. Got to find out if he can find the zone. If he wants to walk them all in, we'll take it.
1-2 now as that one's fouled off.
Yeah, you could tell he was ready for another fastball, but the pitcher went to breaking ball, and the hitter just fouls that one off.
Lays off 2-2 now. And this is in a bit tight, maybe above the letters as well, so it's a full count now, 3-2. Hard hit toward the hole, and that's through into left, a base hit. And they're content to play station to station here as the bases are loaded now with still nobody out. Austin Hayes the next to bat. And it seems like maybe they're starting to get to the guy on the mound a bit now.
Yeah, and that could be a sign that he's starting to wear down a little bit, Matt. The first thing to go when you're getting tired is using your command. So even if you're throwing strikes, they might be a little bit more hittable than they were earlier in the game.
All right, something to keep an eye on if he remains in the game much longer. 3-0 to him now. Strike taken up in the zone.
Taking all the way there, and a walk could be huge here, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's got the bat on his shoulder again on the next pitch.
Waiting on it is Almora. Makes the catch, but the runner from third breaks for home. They'll cash in here as the run is in to score from third. It's now a 4-3 ball game.
Always productive to score runs when you can, and that sacrifice fly right there drives home the second run of the inning.
So stepping in, Austin wins as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third.
Hey, this is spot as a pitcher right now. You want to get a little bit greedy. Ideal would be to roll up a 2-ball. At worst, try to get yourself a strikeout.
Lifted in the air out to right, and that is down for extra bases as this will get one home and maybe two. He's in at second safely as a run comes across to score on the play, tying the ball game.
First baseman, number 19.
Chris Davis at the plate now as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. 1 for 1 after a single his first time up. Fastball well outside.
1-1.
3 runs already home here. And it's 1-2.
Not likely to see a fourth fastball in this situation. I'm going to eliminate the fastball if I'm at the plate right here.
And he lays off it to even the count 2-2.
You know, I think he's having a hard time with that curveball right now, and that's part of the reason why he struggled early on in the start. It's so important to have command of those secondary pitches, or hitters just start sitting on the hard stuff.
And he takes ball 4, so a good job out of the 9-hole and getting on base as we go back to the top of the order.
Second baseman.
So the batting order turns over now and set to go Ramon Urias. He was sent packing on strikes in his last trip. He's set and the pitch.
1-0.
We're only in the third inning, and his pitch count is above 60. That's not being too efficient with your pitches.
And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
Nowhere to put anybody. 2-0 count, not a good spot to be in as a pitcher.
From the stretch. Hit hard to the right. Foul. Still only 1 out in the inning. Hopped up. And this is going to plate at least 2 of those runners as it's down for extra bases. And he's going to score with ease as the throw will be too late.
Well, maybe the tables have turned a bit. Earlier in the game, the pitcher had his way with him, but he wins the battle this time and in a big way. 2 runs on the board as a result.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Hanser Alberto. And with 2 men on here, I'm rather surprised they're sticking with him at this point. I feel like we can all see the exhaustion from all the way up here.
Yeah, I think it's time to go get him, Matt. We're seeing a guy that's given all that he has, and I just don't see any sharpness left in his stuff at this point.
Well, the bullpen is active, so we'll see if they make the move soon. Trevor McGill is going to come on to pitch here, and in just the 3rd inning, you have to think he'll be asked to eat some innings.
Number 29, Trevor McGill.
First offering on its way. And he'll lay off a fastball here in a good spot, but ruled the ball 1-0. Now here's one hit in the air to the right side. Horner ranges back, and he has it for out number 2.
The right fielder, number 16.
So here's Trey Mancini. Already a home run and a double for him in this one. And a high strike there, 0-1. And that's up in the zone a bit, but a called strike, 0-2.
Even though it's early on in this one, anytime you get runners in scoring position, you'd like to knock them in.
Oh, and look out as they brush him back here. It's ball 1. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Mancini now.
It looked like he tried to get him to chase on that pitch there, 1-2. A good idea, but I think now he has to challenge him a little bit. He doesn't want to get him to a worse.
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. So a very good outburst here as 5 runs come across and allow them to take the lead. 3 innings complete. The Orioles are on top 6-4. So it's back to the top of the order now. And into bat next, former National League MVP Chris Bryant.
Things not looking very good so far in this one, but we're still in the middle innings. They're down by a couple of runs, and this would be the right place and the right time to get something going. The last thing they want to do is to try to come from behind and win this one in the 8th or 9th inning.
The windup and the 0-1. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Grounder down the line at third, but a foul ball. 1-2 the count now. And he struck him out. Second time tonight now that he's been set down on strikes. Pretty clear he didn't like the call there on the outside part of the plate, but probably too good to take, and he's down on strikes for the second time.
Yeah, that pitch was right on the black.
There's a swing and a ball hit in the air, and a ball that he got every stitch of, as that one without a doubt is gone. A solo home run here for Anthony Rizzo. 8th home run on the season for him, and this will make things interesting at this point. It's now a 6-5 game.
Well, teams have absolutely been teeing off on him the last couple of games. He gave up 3 bombs last time out, and he's already given up 2 here in the early going. You want your pitchers to be consistent, but not consistently bad.
Here's Javier Baez as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball 1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And this one's tapped foul at home plate. The 1-1 home. And here's a ball hit in the air. Right fielder is on the run. He dives, but he can't make the catch. It's a foul ball. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Hit hard. Foul. 5 runs, 5 hits. No errors so far for the Cubbies. Hit hard to third. Oh, and he can't come up with it. On to Davis at first, and there are 2 away.
The batter, the left fielder, Kyle Schwarber.
So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Kyle Schwarber. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far. Here comes the first pitch. And a ball, 1-0. 5 runs, 5 hits. No errors so far for the Cubbies. That's wide, 2-0.
2-0 to a guy with this kind of pop, you better be awfully careful because he's going to be swinging out of his shoes.
Ground ball right into the shift. Scooped up. And the throw from shallow right in time at first, and the inning will come to an end. The Cubs get a run courtesy of Anthony Rizzo. Bottom of the 4th coming up. It's the Orioles 6 and the Cubs 5. Just about set to go for the last of the 4th. But before we do that, here's Heidi Watney.
Matt, I had a chance to discuss the state of the Orioles offense with their manager between innings, and overall he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. He said their ability to get on the attack and chase the opposing starter from the game prior to the 4th inning obviously sets them up nicely for the rest of the game. Now he just hopes they can keep that same focus at the plate in the middle and late frames, Matt.
Thank you, Heidi. So here's the cleanup hitter, Renato Nunez. He's set to lead us off in the home half of the 4th inning. First pitch is a changeup high, ball 1. Nunez A Venezuelan-born ball player. He's a 5-year vet at the major league level. First 2 pitches off the mark here. It's 2-0.
Hey, always a good idea to take a couple of pitches when you're facing a young arm like this one. And now he's put himself in a real good hitter's count.
The 2-0. Push softly over toward the right side, but no problem at first, and that's the first out. The Cubs are into their bullpen now, as there are the final numbers for their starter, and clearly he was off his game this evening.
One of the tough things to do when you're trying to have a good pitching performance is keep the ball in the ballpark. He was filling up the strike zone, but he did allow 2 home runs.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. And he lays off there, 1-0. 1 out, nobody on. One ball, 1 strike to count. The 1-1. This is popped up. Rizzo in foul ground, and the first baseman can't get there. Hit down the line at first, and he'll take it to the bag himself for the out.
Now batting, the left fielder, Anthony.
At the plate, Anthony Santander. He reached on a single last time and later wound up scoring. Hit in the air out to center field. Waiting on it is Almora. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Orioles. They lead it, however. It's 6-5. All set for the start of the inning. Stepping up to the plate, Wilson Contreras. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. The windup and the 0-1. And he couldn't pull that one back as he clearly broke the plane of the plate, and that'll be ruled a strike. Fouled off. Now another 0-2. Half swing here, but it won't matter. It's strike 3 called anyway, and that's out number 1.
You know, I'm not quite sure how that strikeout will be scored, looking or swinging. He tried to check his swing, but I'm pretty sure the home plate umpire was ringing him up regardless.
Stepping in now, Jason Hayward. Pops this one up. Nunez takes charge out there, and he stays with it for the second out. So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and that'll bring up one of the better clutch hitters on the landscape, David Bodie. First pitch on its way. Line drive to center field. And he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. Still a tight ball game. It's 6-5.